Hello, I am Jay Reynolds, and thank you very much for clicking on the video, and welcome to yet another video of me not knowing what I'm doing and failing my way forward. So today I want to share about a term that I learned just about maybe an hour ago. I learned the term unbothered. So I'm in the grocery store and there are two cashiers. I walk up, the cashier begins to check me out, and the cashier who's checking me out turns to the other cashier, her coworker, and she says, "Oh, girl, girl, whatever, just be unbothered by that." Right. And that I was intrigued about what does that mean? Right. And so she's turned back to me and I say, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? She's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "What is that when you said that word unbothered? What does that mean?" And she was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm dead serious." Now, this cashier, I would say maybe she was maybe 22, 24 max. And certainly her coworkers was the same age range. And so she was like, "Yeah, it just means that, you can't do anything about the situation. Leave it alone. Walk away from it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress out." I was like, "Oh, so kind of like, rise above or turn the other cheek." And she kind of chuckled. Yeah, she was like, "Yeah, she got the rise above part, but she was like the turn the other cheek. She wasn't too keen about that, but she got what I was saying." But of course, she finished checking me out, and I went on about my way. I would not have thought in a million years that I would have gotten a lesson and then had to apply it so quickly. And I say so quickly because as I'm leaving and driving myself back home, there's this car that cuts me off, like just instantly just cuts me off, right? And then lo and behold, we both end up at the traffic light, which was red, both at the stoplight, and everything in me, literally everything in me, wanted to turn and just give that person not even a dirty look, but just to see who it was, right? Or who it is. But I heard the words of the cashier. I literally heard the words of the cashier say to be unbothered, for situations that has nothing to do with you, that you can't change, you can't impact, you can't reverse it, to really be unbothered. And in that moment, I practiced that. It was hard. Let me be clear. It was absolutely hard, but I practiced that. And that was a moment where I did receive some instant gratification, like literally instant gratification. I can't explain what the gratification is, or I still can't explain it. But the fact that I had enough gumption to truly demonstrate what I had just learned maybe less than 10 minutes ago. And so I don't know, what that means tomorrow morning. If I get cut off in traffic on, go on the highway, will I give that dirty look? But I do believe in that moment, I've just given my brain something to be able to duplicate. Like they say, there's muscle memory. I think there's something there, because I think that we do a great job, or at least I do a great job of being unbothered when I'm prepared, when I know that, someone has said something about me, or, someone has involved me in a situation that has nothing to do with me. I can easily say, whatever, they ain't got nothing to do with Jay, so I'm unbothered, right? But I think when you have to instantly become unbothered in moments where it requires to be instant, it's that where the true test, if you will, comes into play. And while I don't know how this unbotheredness is going to play out for me, but I'm very happy that I, one, learned the lesson, and then two, I was able to apply the lesson instantly, because it gave me the opportunity, or gave my brain the opportunity, to be able to record not only what it truly meant to be truly unbothered, but then instantly get the gratification that came with being unbothered. Because in this case, I was going to the grocery store to get me a sweet potato because I wanted a sweet potato with brown sugar and butter and honey. And that's what I wanted to eat for dinner. And I was able to focus on that. Not only was I able to focus on it, but I was able to enjoy it because that was my goal. And so as we are going out achieving our goals, it is important to remember that moments are going to arise, moments that we are prepared for, moments that we are not prepared for. But we've got to begin to wire ourselves, train our brains, get that muscle memory to display that instant unbotheredness. And that's it. That's the message. That's the message as for tonight's video. How to be unbothered instantly determining that I have nothing to do with this situation. This situation I can't change. It doesn't impact if I open my mouth one way or the other. I don't need to do anything outside of truly being unbothered. We're gonna have those moments where we got to be unbothered, so that we can get to our true goals. In this case tonight, for me, it was enjoying a baked sweet potato with brown sugar, cinnamon, and honey. That may be different for you. What is it that you have to be so unbothered because you're focused on whatever goal that you have? To begin to practice, to truly begin to practice being unbothered so you can focus your time, your attention, and your energy on the goals that you've set for yourself in your life. Hope this helped someone, or at the very least, reminded someone as you're out on your journey. And don't forget, stay great and go be great. Thanks.